Hey, guy. Tra-la-la, look for... Oh. Yes, it did. Didn't say anything else? Ow. Rude! You can stun them and kill them, though. I'm Game Guy! It's time for more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. I'm gonna go ahead and dump my money here. I'm gonna keep this in this time, only because this is probably the final time I am going to do this, so, great luck for me! Can't believe. I don't know, I might be at least speeding up the initial part here, because obviously, we've seen this before. It's just me throwing rupees into water. It is a fantastic time in my life. I can't believe that my life has been leading up to this exact moment. The reason this is the last time, actually, is I believe we're gonna cap out our bomb and arrow capacity here. Because we've got all sorts of money and basically nothing to use it on, so it's fine. You know, it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and carry more bombs. Yeah, we can add 50 maximum. 50 maximum bombs. Aw, yeah, I will never need that many bombs ever. So, in case you're wondering, just putting it out there. That's kind of a lot of bombs. I mean, I suppose what that means is I could use bombs, more. You know, it just seems like the thing to do. If you actually try to choose bombs again, I believe she just gives you your money back because she can't actually increase it anymore. Furthermore, maximum arrows is 70. So yeah, like, you can still throw money into the pond and get that whole luck factor and everything, but, ultimately, not really worth it. It's fine. We got ourselves, something to do. Onward to a frozen place. Worth mentioning, it's probably obvious at this point. You don't necessarily have to go in order here, as far as the dungeons go. Magic flames protect you in this dungeon. And you mean the fire rod? Oh, hello. Get out of here. But yeah, you don't actually have to do all the dungeons in exact order. It's worth mentioning at this point specifically, because doing this dungeon now, not one of the best ideas, actually. Because this is yet another dungeon that's kinda designed poorly, in my opinion. But we'll get there when we get there, I suppose. But, that aside, we're here now. We're going to deal with it. These are penguins. They take a lot of damage. If you want, though, I believe the hookshot just one-shots them. So, you know, that's just it. You know, we have the tempered sword now. I believe a spin attack will kill them, but takes multiple hits otherwise with the slashes. Like, just consider that for a moment. First time we've gotten the compass first. The map doesn't actually show all the places we haven't been yet, but this place goes pretty deep. We got a ways to go. The dungeons suddenly got a whole lot bigger. If you ask me, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my hookshot because I happen to know there's some friendly friends in here, not to be confused with Mr. Watch, who isn't as friendly as some might think. Get out of here. I was kind of hoping for some reason that you'd just come back. You didn't, though. Oh, there is stuff on the floor. No, stay away. Can't get that. It's real tragic. Real tragedy. This day and age. I don't understand. But it's fine. It's fine. We got ourselves a nice, room going on here. A Roomba, if you will. That's not a funny joke, to be honest. Actually, you know what? This seems like a good time as any to use bombos. Because, you know what? Pretty sure it just one-shots these guys and they don't even split. That way I don't have to deal with them. They're just not in the way. Yeah, this is a good time to have half magic, all things considered. We actually are gonna probably want some bombs here, because we gotta do some shenanigans with the switches. in this day and age. Let's blow that up and make our way down. Turns out bombs are gonna be kind of useful here in this time. Oh, there's something. Can't destroy the skeleton knight with the sword alone. He's vulnerable to another weapon. Like bombs, perchance? I hope it's bombs. Yeah, bombs are the victor this day. Yeah, these guys can be kind of rough. You have to be pretty quick, because they get right back up if you don't, like, immediately drop a bomb. And you do have to collapse them to blow them up. So, something worth mentioning at this point in time. This room is kind of silly. There's a conveyor belt and spikes, and these weird black squiggly things. Ow. I should not have slashed my sword. Hi, Key, you exist. Not sure why you exist. Why did I slash there? Like, he was obviously electrified. I had no reason to do such a thing. No reason whatsoever. Make sure your crystal switch is in the proper position before arriving here. It is a rule of thumb that one must partake in. Hookshot can also kill slimes before they emerge from the ground. Like I said, hookshot, pretty powerful for no reason in particular. This is my favorite strategy right here. You can just kind of hold up a spin attack, but you can also just throw bombs down and it just destroys everyone. These guys are weak to bombs, too, by the way. I probably could have handled getting out of there a little more effectively, but I didn't. That's a big spike trap. That sure is a big spike trap. This is a harder room to get to, so let's go ahead and get trapped in a room here. Oh. Well, this is a fine kettle of fish. I guess I have no choice. Hello. You're a magic tile that exists. Do not use all your magic power if you do not possess the medicine of magic. Okay. I mean, I do have magic power. It's fine. This seems like a good idea. A good time for some bombos action, methinks. Because I don't feel like dealing with these guys, and I've got half magic, so trust me, I'm fine. Everything is good. Gonna have to pick up all the items before I can cross the gap. It's an unfortunate situation. There's a lot of giant spikes. I'm not being overly careful concerning my health situation here, but it's fine. I think we're on the other side of that locked door now. I can hookshot over spikes. It's fine. If I hookshot over to that chest, I'm not gonna be able to come back without having to touch the spikes. You can just walk over them, but obviously it's gonna deal some damage, so... I was gonna hammer those pegs, but it looks like we got Skeleton Man to deal with first. Skeleton Man is the dude. Oh, hello. Well, you know what? You exist, become a fairy. I enjoy your fairiness right about now. It is a thing that occurs. It's a thing that occurs. There's a button under the pot, but there's also all sorts of other stuff under pots. Yeah, looks like I can pull this. I did it out of instinct. No other reason. Somehow I knew. Yes. So this is our map. It's, like, the floors aren't that big, but the dungeon layout is relatively complex, I feel. So, you know, it's a bit hefty on the size, I think, but it's alright. Got ourselves a big key. You can actually push these blocks and go back, but I don't know why you would. Like, I'm not really sure why that's an option, truth be told, because honestly, it's a pretty terrible option. Don't do that. It's not a good idea, personally, because then you gotta go through the whole skeleton room, the whole conveyor room, and everything. It's not a good time. Anyway, this leads us back here. Never saw what was over here, so let's go ahead and see what's over here. By the way, yes, there's ice physics, and yes, it's terrible. I don't like it. It's a bad time. Oh, we got friends. You can use bombos on these guys to kill them if you want, but otherwise they are only weak to the fire rod. Got ourselves some bombs, though. Some cracked floors in the ground. I bet if I blew them up, at least one of them. You can only drop 2 bombs at once. It is a thing I have learned just now. I mean, I probably knew that at one point, but hey. Hey, look, a big chest. Wow, that sure is a shirt. Got a blue mail, reduce damage from enemies. I'm blue now. That's my attack defense drop thing. Blue mail! It's really good. All damage you take, reduced in half. Not much else to say. I mean, I guess when I say all damage, there's a bit of an asterisk next to it. Certain things like fireballs and the spike traps still do a solid 1 heart of damage, regardless of your new defensive prowess. So, do keep that in mind. But overall, you will now be taking less damage. So, all those hearts you have, now even more valuable. Nice. Yeah. Unfortunately, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the yellow hat. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm gonna go ahead and you go through this locked door here. It's the big key door. There's a lot of dudes here that I'm just gonna kind of ignore at this point. There's an anti-fairy here. And here we're gonna find there's another locked door that I forgot exists because it's not a door I typically deal with. So we're gonna have to go back. This dungeon, I don't like it. There's a reason I wanted to go down there first, but not ideal, turns out. We're gonna want to go over here first. I kind of forgot. This is one dungeon that to this day, hello key, you solved my troubles immediately. To this day, this dungeon still kind of confuses me with its layout. It's a bit sloppy, to say the least, I feel. Not one of my favorites. I mean, it has not really a whole lot to do with the ice physics. The ice physics aren't terrible, but, it's mostly this puzzle here that I am attempting to solve. You might have noticed there are crystal switch blocks blocking the path, and we were kind of forced to use a specific crystal switch color, so gotta go all the way here to hit this. I'm gonna go ahead and leave now. Yeah, you gotta go ahead and hit that. Now we gotta leave, because that button under the pot, another pressure button, but we have nothing to put on it. So what do we do? What do we do? I don't know. Probably nothing. Just go into a corner and cry. Can't go back to the left, gonna have to go right. You can push those blocks down, but when you get down there, you're gonna notice the blocks are not in the correct position to be placed where you wish to put them. Therefore, we're gonna have to go around the long way, because clearly this dungeon was designed with being nice in mind. Clearly. Yes, I was gonna say, I believe there's one more key somewhere in the dungeon. Somewhere. I don't know. Oh, there's the last locked door. We've not seen that one yet, so I wasn't quite sure where the last one was. There it is! We're at the bottom half of that one room we fell into earlier. It's fine, though, because I believe there is a button to be found under here. Yes. Buttons leading to places. It's worth noting, actually, there's 2 types of ice physics in this game. It's dependent on whether the floor is sparkling or not. Like, the sparkling one is arguably worse, so, kind of a problem. See, if we push the other block, it wouldn't be in the correct position. That one is. Now we can move forward. This sure looks like a fun room to behold. That sure is a jellyfish surprise. It's an unfortunate thing. If you don't have half magic yet, or you don't have full magic, or, well, I mean, you need to have at least half of a half magic bar before going forward. There are some magic drops here. If you don't have it, I hope you have a potion that's green or blue at this point, because you're gonna have some issues if you do not have enough magic here. Alternatively, you could just have Bombos, because it turns out this boss is encased in an ice shell. Can't do anything to it. You can either use the fire rod to melt it eventually, but that's gonna deplete a ton of your magic, or you can just use Bombos. Bombos melts even the strongest of ice. No problem whatsoever. Gotta watch out, though. There's actually 3 of these guys, and they do a fair amount of damage. So I was trying to kind of trap them in the corner, but didn't do it. Didn't do it. It's fine. Everything is fine. If you can, try to focus on one. Spin attacks will do more damage, obviously, but are a little bit trickier to hit, because your movement speed drops a little bit when you're charging your sword, so you gotta be a little careful. You also gotta be a little careful of accidentally having your sword touch them, because that'll do significantly less damage, so... You could also use Fire Rod on these guys. Pretty weak to Fire Rod, turns out, but... Tempered Sword, not a problem. They're dead. The Cotton Candy does not survive. To be fair, if I didn't have Blue Mail, I probably would have died. I'm not sure if it's a straight half cut. It might just be a damage reduction in general. But either way, like, it's definitely noticeable. Hello! You got green dress and normal orange face. Normal. The state of Hylia people controlled mysterious powers, as did the wise men, but the blood of Hylia has become thin over time. Tragic. Oh no, they don't possess strong power anymore either. Our powers will increase if we mix the courage of the knights and the wisdom of the wise men. Only a short time remains. Only a short time remains. And if I defeat Ganon, this world will vanish. Yeah, I believe in me also. I've gone this far, why would I stop now? May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Aw, yeah. Alright, well that dungeon was relatively painless. Let's head on back to the light. Aw, yeah. Alright. Now that we've done that, it's time to move on to a new place in the world. But where shall we go? We have so many options. I can't choose. Maybe next time I'll be able to choose. I'll see you later, and goodbye.